back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty, where on this channel, our vision is to empower the impoverished by helping you find financial freedom through crypto assets. If you like the mission, you resonate with the vision, and you find this content useful, please subscribe and leave a comment and a thumbs up. Hey guys, welcome back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty. So I'm titling this something like the real reason Drip is dropping, or whatever the case may be. Because I've seen a lot of videos out there that put stuff out there, but the truth of the matter is there is no singular one reason, right? So let's take a look at the stock market. This is one of the reasons, right? So the stock market is pretty much the global economy and how things are doing. So it sets the tone. Stock markets are down globally, all over, Americas, EMEA, and Asia. It hasn't launched today, so we don't have any data, but that affects everything. Then that feeds into crypto. Crypto last 7 days, all red. Then remember, we still have the war in Russia/Ukraine. We just got the SEC announcement. I didn't pull that up. What is it? Fed announces interest rates. I spelled that wrong, but it should bring us up. This created that down market. But the point is, everything is like tied together. So interest rates by half a point for the first time in 20 years. So all this just makes people less likely to get into risk on assets. Crypto is a risk on asset. And whatever happens in the global markets and in the stocks, and then with Bitcoin, it comes down as a trickle down effect, but amplified. So like I said, so you have the announcement from the SEC, then that goes into the stock markets globally. Then that sentiment plays into crypto as a whole. Then Bitcoin is the leader, the king of all cryptos. So you see it had the 11% drop. Then BNB, I think, is actually down. It was up higher than that. But when you get into the altcoins, which is what BNB is, you'll see that they take a bigger hit. And then you got to get into DeFi, which takes an even bigger hit. So it just keeps rippling all the way down the line. So BNB, we're tied to BNB, and you go just under a month ago, we were at $430. We dropped almost $100. That takes a big toll on Drip, huge. Dropping $100 like that, you're losing 20% or so of its value in less than a month on BNB. So Drip naturally will have a hit. Then in addition, of course, I'm not negating this, you have the delays. That creates additional. So like I'm showing you, when you zoom out, things happen, and then as you get closer and closer, that is amplified in the response in the chart. In addition to it being 1 year old, in addition to people claiming out of their wallets, in addition to the FUD and all that stuff like that, the delays. So it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So there's no one singular reason for Drip. It's a combination of all those factors. But if you got into the project like many did because you believed in it, or if you FOMO'd, then you're screwed. But if you believed in it, then you just got to zoom out and hope that it corrects itself in the future. And I believe it will when the focus gets put back on it. But right now, it's just kind of sad, right? And it brought me to this article that this guy wrote. He actually made a video, so I have a video first, and then I decided to go to the article. How and why Drip is dying and no one is talking about it. So this is what you have to be careful of, because everybody, even me included, like I'm a content creator, right? Everybody has their own opinions, and they can formulate in a way that can sound very convincing, and it can be skewed and not have proper information or data. And then you're thinking, okay, this person has the insight and I need to follow them. And then you can end up changing your mind on something, or FOMO into something, or in this case, selling, which is what he's talking about getting out of. So he talks about a couple different things, like the Drip tokens are burned, the lie that the Drip tokens are burned, which is actually true. It is a lie, because we do not any longer burn the tokens. There is a burn address that was originally being utilized, and then Forex decided to keep those and redistribute them for, he mentioned in his AMA, for contests and stuff like that. So they're meant to be actually given out, and they will be burned when the lottery comes online. So this is kind of true. They're not burned as of right now. There was some that were burned. So then that feeds into where he's saying, is drip deflationary, which is what the white paper says. And since they're not burned, he's like, no, then it's not deflationary. But in reality, it actually still is, because as of right now, we have not minted any new tokens. So we have the fixed token supply. There were some that were burned, and then there are the future mechanics in the lottery that will help to burn tokens. This one is the biggest one, though, that misleads people because he has the wrong information. He's talking about the total amount of drip tokens, right? Faucet contract balance, total drip credit in all player faucet positions, 13.5 million. And this is actually true if you look at the surface. So if you go to Dune Analytics and you come up here, it's as of this now, it's 14.22. So there's 14 million drip. So that would make people automatically go, oh my God, yeah, the white paper is a lie and drip has way more in supply, has been minting, or it's inflationary, or whatever the case may be. But this is incorrect. This is just a representation of the value shown on your drip community page here, not here, on the faucet. So it's just literally like it's just a UI. It's not actually representative of the number of drip tokens. It's just showing you here. So they're just numbers, ones and zeros being moved on the back end of the contract, but nothing is actually being minted. When you want to see how many tokens there are, you come to the contract address here, and then you see total supply of drip, 1 million. And when you go to the holders tab and you add up all of these tokens, you will find that it comes out to 1 million. So there is not 14 million in supply. These tokens are the one that has actually been exchanged or minted, given out. So they're either sitting in contracts like this one and this one and this one, or they are sitting in wallets. And so this is a whale sitting with 12,000 drip tokens in their wallet because people are claiming out and they got nowhere to put it. So that is showing sell pressure on the DEX because they have to claim. So I actually already looked into one of these, and I'm going to show you something cool about it. This one is a guy by the name Jamie. He has his own channel, and I don't know who this one is. But let's go ahead and explore. So he has a video up where what he did with this. So, and this ties into one of the statements that's going to be on this guy's Medium post. But he claimed out, and he had 17,000 before, and he airdropped a bunch to his team, and then a huge bunch to his personal wallet. He went 40. He did it on camera, 5,000 that he dropped to himself. So the cool thing, yes, this is, may like, oh my God, whales would just be whales. They're leeching on the system. But he claims this, so he gets 10% tax that goes back to pay everyone else. And then when he puts it into the wallet itself, if he wants to claim it out of that wallet, that's going to be 20%. And then when he wants to sell it, that'll be another 10%. So by doing this strategy, there's 30% being circulated. But yes, of course, as a whale, he's still making that back. He's making the money back. I get it. But that's just what the benefit of being a whale allows you to do. So he's airdropped a ton. And remember, this goes to other people in the teams and downlines, and you can watch his videos and see that he actually does support his team. So Drip, as Stunner says, is a solo sport, but it's also a community project, man. Like even me and other channels that I've seen, we are literally like, you see what I have. I built my bag myself, and I am supporting the community with my bag, and others are doing that. Now granted, some team members don't do that, and there's no obligation to do that. So I'm not saying this is the end-all be-all solution, but you have to look at the big picture and see how it's performing and what it does. And then in this other wallet, this person has just been claiming because I guess they're maxed out. So this feeds into his misunderstanding, which would confuse other people, that he puts in here there are 13.5 million. I just showed you there's 14. And he's like, it's not deflationary, but if it was, how could there be 13.5 million drip in the faucet when the total supply is only 1 million? No, you've got your information incorrect. There is still only 1 million drip. The drip that's in the faucet is just a representation, just a number. No one can take that out. I can't come into my faucet and pull out my 723 drip. I can't. I get this daily. And when I claim this, then I will have that in my wallet, and then I too will show up on one of these pages way down the line somewhere. And that is already accounted in the 1 million drip. But unfortunately, people don't understand, so they put out these Medium articles, they put charts, and then people will be like, oh my God, this guy has all of the answers, and I'm going to get out too. And they end up just panic selling and flooding their own bag, sadly. I can't save everyone, but hopefully I can help people understand. They need to do their own research and understand that even people who do research don't understand the research. So his next slide is like, by this time next year, drip will be 1,000, 3,000, 5,000 due to supply shock. And literally there's zero chance of this happening. And he said because of it's reliant on new players. And yes, to a degree, this is true. The drip users, which is this, is directly related to the drip buys and sells, 100%. And this is the case with Ponzi-nomics in crypto. The original projects, you create them, and they don't have any real utility besides people getting in early to make money. That is how all of crypto is set up. Bitcoin was the same way. There was no utility for Bitcoin. Somebody, Satoshi, created it as literally just an experiment, and the only reason it got adopted and now has utility as an asset is because people accepted it as such, and the community adopted it, and they saw that it was scarce, and the community decides that it will be an asset. It will have money. It will have value. So yes, drip originally got created, had no real use case, was just a fork of something else. The main purpose was just to pay people out. Ponzi-nomics state that in order to make money, you have to get more people in. Yes, 100%, not denying that. But as of now, with the farm, that is a utility, being able to take other crypto assets that are on this chart that have utility because they support a blockchain like BNB or Ethereum, it's gas for the blockchain, USD, a stablecoin. When he created that farm, it gave utility to drip. It no longer relies solely on users. Yes, the users help because there are whales that can make a lot more drip than a new user coming in, but the utility is already there. Second is the future utility of what he's trying to build. It's not here yet, and we already know proof that it'll probably be delayed, God knows how long, but he's trying to build something and add to it. And the big thing with this is that what he stated here is about these whales will be able to just create new wallets. I think it's up here because they can claim out and add to the wallet. And I already showed you that with the one from Jamie. And that is 100% true. So in this case, Jamie can create a new wallet. So by airdropping himself, he's already got a head start on anybody else. But that's the cool thing, actually, because another utility that Forex is adding is that there will be a lending protocol. So he already made the statement, and you can hear Ray from Bartertown talk about this. He's like, yeah, I'm going to be Bartertown Bank. That means these whales will be able to actually loan out drip. And yes, they're whales. I get it. And it sucks. But those whales can benefit new people coming in the same way the airdrop system benefits. And this will make drip deflationary because you won't be selling your drip. You'll be loaning it or taking a loan against it, which is the way that the wealthy get wealthy. And then this 1 million and this current sell pressure or claim pressure, there's no need for it anymore. And there is still a chance for new whales to be created because anyone like this guy who wrote this article that decides to sell out and doesn't want to see this project through fruition is handing over his capital to the stronger hands. So I still believe in the project. I think it still has great utility and use case in the future. And I do believe, I'm going to be honest, that it's going to drop a hell of a lot lower than it's at now. I said before I didn't think so, but based on the delays, based on the global market and all this stuff like this, and based on some upcoming video that I think will come from Easy Step and the Reservoir team, and based on the amount of drip that's here, so this is part of the circulating supply. If you add all of these people up and they all decided to dump on the market, or let's say the market goes up and then they all decided to take profits at the same time, we would find the floor price back to where it was. It doesn't show up here. Yeah, back down here. It would come back in around the $7 to $10 mark probably, because that's where all of these people bought in. So yeah, I think it can go back down to that. I don't believe these people would sell, but that would be the true floor of drip. And then what would happen? Well, you'd have the whales and everybody else that believes in the project buying back in with big bags. But the only way that anyone ever makes money on any project, any investment, it's a transfer of wealth. People are selling and somebody else has to buy. And if you are selling, if you look at the market cycle, the bulk of people sell at the top or at the bottom and buy at the top. So that's why people get wrecked in the stock market, because they don't know how to utilize it and they trade with emotion. So that doesn't mean that drip is going to die and that it's going to fail or whatever. It just means that you have to do your research, understand how market cycles work, understand how drip is built, understand how the transfer of wealth takes place from paper hands to strong hands, and you have to decide if that's something you can weather for a long period of time. And then you need to be able to filter through the noise, even when somebody writes you a 10-page Medium article that actually they don't understand how the system works, and you read it and scan over and go, oh my God, this guy's right. And then you become one of these people that sell your bag. And then when it rides back up to the top, you're all upset. So I made a video about Hex. I'm not saying this is Hex, but you look at any market cycle, that's exactly what happens. So you have to decide if it's going to be the same for you, or if this is the end of drip, like this guy's article says, which I don't believe. But I do believe it will continue to lower itself. And I do believe in the reservoir and able to raise the floor by adding liquidity to it. But like I already showed here, that reservoir is pegged to BNB. When BNB is doing great, drip price is doing great. BNB not doing so good, then drip not doing so good. So BNB now, we sitting at a $20 floor, so to speak. If BNB dropped by half, then you're looking at already a $10 floor. Like, it's just that simple mathematics, right? So I just wanted to shed some light on this. In case you read this article, let you guys know where I'm still at and what I am doing. I'm not panic selling, and I've decided if I'm putting my capital that I had sitting around for the piggy bank, still just dollar cost averaging, and if drip drops lower, below 20, then I'm going in with another K or 2K or so to get in the drip. Because like I said, did my math, the low, actual all-time low, if everybody sold, is around $7. So take that with a grain of salt, though. That is dependent on the BNB price as well. But I do believe big win, the Animal Farm launches, that will eliminate some of this sell pressure. And like I showed you, I didn't show you this, but this is Jamie, that 17,000 drip. And then in the video, we airdropped that 5,000 to himself, as well as 10,000 to the team. So like 50 to a bunch of people, something like that. But the whales don't actually sell. They create a second, third, fourth wallet, which is smart. And that's exactly what I plan to do. And when drip doesn't have to be sold and it can be lended out, then I'll be able to support others as well, because I do believe in this project. Do believe Forex is trying to build utility focused on security and lending and borrowing and all that stuff. So it'll be coming. Whether or not you make it there or is up to you. So sorry for keeping this one long, guys, but that is it. So until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.